Hello and welcome to my channel. I just want to do this little intro video to let you know what I'm doing about this channel. So I'm actually really love floor plans. I go on real estate sites and I research the floor plans that are there. It takes me so long, but yeah, it's really fun. What I do is I normally find a floor plan and see how I can improve it. So I just thought that it would be cool to show you guys how I do that and see if there's any people out there that enjoy doing that sort of thing as well, and maybe we can make a community out of this. So now letting you know that this is just a hobby of mine. I am not a professional architect, engineer or builder. I am actually an electrician though, which is really cool. The program that I've chosen to use for this, you can use whatever program you like, but this is the one that I chose because I found that it was free source. So it's you don't have to pay for anything with it, which I think is much easier to get other people into it than those other ones that are out there. So you get those, when you get those there's other ones out there, programs out there that they're great, but I find that at a point they actually, even though they say they're free, they get to a point like if you have done up 2 plans and then go, if you want to do another plan you have to pay for it, so this one doesn't do that, which is great. And so I just thought I'd do just a quick demonstration of how I start up the house so I can change it later on. So you go up to, you want to add a plan. So you get, you go to your real estate site, or you go online and you find a plan, or you've got a plan of your own house. You go in there, you can put it on your computer, you can download it, and you can use it as a background to trace. So if you go into plans here, and you can actually import background image. So you click on that, you go into choose image, and I've got one set up already. So as a plan, as my house plan 1. So you just open it up, and then you continue. Also, you want to, it'll ask you to a length. So basically it's scaling your map, your plan. Okay, so if you want to, so I know that this probably the easiest one to do is carport or garage or something, because it's usually pretty easy to do. So you just go in there, you do it on the internal wall. Just watch what you do with that. You really need to make sure that you do it just on the inside of the walls. Make sure I do that without the window there, because it makes it a little easier. Zoom in a little bit just to make sure you've got it fairly well aligned. No, this one's really not aligned. So, and you try and make it as straight as you possibly can. So when you get to that point, we'll just. So this one, it says 6.7. It's hidden by the line, but it was saying 6.7 this way and 6 meters this way. So if you click in here, it's 6.7 meters in that one there, and then we just press continue, and and then finish. So there's your background. So when you get into your background's all set up, obviously you start creating your rooms and creating your walls and that. So if you want to start doing that, you go up to here with create walls. There we go. So you come up here and you just click on the outside there. You only have to click it once, and then you just scroll it along, and then you just click it at every single corner. So click it there. So all I'm doing at the moment is doing the outside of the building, and I'll show you from there what we do. So just a quick, try and do it in the middle of it. If it's really thick walls, try and do the walls in the middle, and I'll show you why. If you go into, because you notice here that it's actually smaller than the background is showing. So it's because it's a brick building, it's just a bit wider of a wall than the internals. So what you want to do is you want to go into plan. So just make sure they're highlighted, and you want to modify walls. Now you can do it this way, and you can actually right click on them as well. So if you go in here and you can right click on here as well, it'll show you the same thing. So you can go into modify walls, and then you can actually change the color of the walls, you can change the texture of the walls, you can change its pattern. So if you don't like the pattern, you can change that as well. You can change the height of the walls and all that sort of stuff. Is it sloping or rectangular, all that. We want to change the thickness of the walls, so that's down here. Now I found that for outside external walls, bricks, it is 2.5. Sorry, 0.25. So we are going to press OK for that, and that just totally just makes it right where you want it. That's great. Now we want to do the internal walls, so I'm going to leave you with amazing music while I do the internal walls. Basically exactly the same as the external. And don't forget your cupboards. Also, when you're doing your walls, when you finished an actual wall, you double click it at the end and it will get rid of it for you. Okay, the walls are done. The next thing you want to do is you want to add doors and windows. So if you come over here, there's actually like all these folders with all these random things in it. So if you've got doors and windows, they've got doors and windows and all sorts of things. The only thing I haven't found is sliding doors, which I'm going to just use door frames for that because yeah, I just don't know how to add that just yet. Oh, sorry, you can actually add from the you can add extras from their site. If you have a look in furniture, you can import furniture here, but I've actually looked in their listing and they don't actually have sliding doors in there, unless you want Japanese looking ones, which is not the glass sliding doors that I was after. So we will just make do with what we have at the moment and we'll go from there. So the other thing is you want to make sure that there's actually a 3D, if you have a look down here, there's actually a 3D model that's getting made as you're putting your walls in and everything. And it'll add everything that you ask it to, which is amazing. It's so good. So I just wanted to quickly show you that because later on you can actually go into these as a 3D model. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we can get into every room. So if you get a door and you put it in on where your doors are on your plan, on your plans here, you can't actually physically open the doors when you're in a 3D model. So make sure you do the open door down here. Add them in. So all you do is click on it and you just drag it in here and you just click it where you want it. So that, if you notice here that the opening of the door is on the wrong side, what you want to do there is actually there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can actually go and right click on here and go and flip on the vertical. The other thing you can do is go into plan. There's a way you can mirror it. You can flip on the vertical this way as well. So yeah, that's that one there. Now if you notice here, the doors are too small, so there's another way you can do it. There's you can do that's to make it smaller and bigger, which is what we want to do. Over here you can rotate it, so if you don't want it on inside here, you can bring it over to the outside of the opening. There's also an elevation one here. No, that's the height of the wall you can change. And also down here, the elevation thing. So if you have a look down here, we've actually added, just a little bit bigger. We have added that wall. There it is. The door's added there. Now, before when I said about the elevation and the height of things, that is really handy when you're actually adding in the windows. So when we get to the windows, I'll show you how to do that. The other thing you can do here is you can just right click on here and you can go down to modify. Where are you? I think it's just modify furniture. And you can also do the changing all this sort of stuff. You can actually add textures and material and colors, all that sort of stuff. That's all here. So we're just going to leave that for now because that's just an example of this is just a plan. It's not a full-on one for me. So the other thing you can do is if you've got the size that you want for most of your home for this, I'll just make it a little smaller. It's just too big still. Now, so what you can do is you right click this and you can actually duplicate it. You can copy and paste it, whatever you want to call it. So copy, paste, and then you can add that to your next room. Woohoo! Oh, I forgot to add that wall. Why do I keep adding walls here? It's not even a wall there. Don't mind me. I'm just having a little bit of a whinge. Okay. Well, here's the thing. We can actually fix this. So we can go over here. We can actually... Now this is actually a good thing. So what we can do is we can split the wall here. And we can actually minimize it. If you have a look here, you can actually change the wall for here. So we want to do that. Now we can move this over to here, and that gives you. And we want to delete. I totally stuffed it up. That's alright. We are going to add that wall back. I'm going to add that wall back. There we go, that's better. And then of course I've missed this one as well. So let's just add that too. So it has a little bit of... Let's make sure we put that back onto arrow. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we want to add this one into here. Make sure that's going in the correct way. That's good. You can see why I chose this plan. It's just weird. It's just, you've got a room going into a room, which is just odd. It's just not good design. Okay, we are going to duplicate this again. I'm going to paste here. There we go. You can go cut and paste up here as well. Copy, cut, copy, paste up there as well. I know, I'm doing it the long way. That's my life. Always do things the long way. Oh, if you have a look here, that one's flipped. So let's go. Make sure you highlight it. There it is. And we want to flip on the vertical. There we go. So we're going to paste up there. Oh, that's on the vertical too. Okay. Well, highlight. Make sure you highlight. And we want to flip on the vertical. So if you have a look here, there's actually an opening into a bedroom. I mean, they got a door here. It's sort of like a hallway. It's not really a study, is it? Just so odd, this design. Okay, so when we go, I'll just make it a door frame. So that's easy enough to do. Put that there. That's pretty good. And we want to add another door frame here. Apparently, it's on there. Into the walk-in robe. And we'll continue on with our doors. So paste some more doors. Make sure it's this way. I think that one's on the wrong side. Yeah, that one's on the wrong side. So let's highlight that and flip on the vertical. Lovely. Alright, so that is the end of the doors. Oh, so there is, don't forget the robe. Yeah, I forgot the robes. So So I do a thing for the roads. I actually use a slider window, because like I said before, I can't find sliding doors. So I put in a sliding window, which is really, really odd, but hey, whatever works, right? So chuck that there. And chuck this. Oh, I didn't put a wall there. Of course I didn't put a wall there. Okay, let's put a wall there. I think I mentioned this before. Don't forget your cupboards. It's a little bit too small. Let's finish. Alright. And oh, isn't this the best? Just a little smaller. Alright. Okay, and that's it for them. Alright, so now we've got the walls, we've got our doors done, we've got our random windows as robe doors, which is just fantastic. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread myself. But anyway, we actually have to go into real windows now on the outside of the house, and this is where this 3D model thing really comes in handy. Let's just make this a little bit. So we want to change it around. Where's that front door? Oh, we didn't put it. Let's put the outside door. So hang on a minute. Let's do our outdoors to the outside. So there's the front door there. We want to make a little bit smaller. And we want to flip that as well. So flip on the vertical. Lovely. And we got another one out here. So let's just, that's a really small door. Cool. And that's good. Alright. Sorry about that. Now we go on to the sliding windows. So, like I said before, it comes in really handy having this. Let's bring this back up again so you can see. Seems like I'm losing my voice a little. Yeah, look at the window. It's hilarious. Okay. So, let's get into our windows. So, this house had sliding windows. So, we've got windows here. They've got, if you have a look here, you can actually just, it'll come up what they actually are. But these ones are slider windows. So come up here. Make sure that your black, that solid black line, is on the internal. And you have a look here. This is where your elevation and your height adjustments come in handy. So obviously this is way too big. So what you want to do is you want to get into your height area here. I'm going to make it a little smaller. So let's just make it about 1.5. It's a good spot. And then you bring your elevation up. So just bring it up a little bit. There we go. That's lovely. Now we copy paste this one. Copy and paste. Okay, sweet. And then you can just add them around the place as well. So while I'm doing this, I'll put some music on. So I forgot to put in the sliding door. Now I think I've changed my mind here. I think I'm going to put a sliding slide a window as an example for a sliding door. Because if you have a look here, you can, let's just make sure. Oh, there it is. So that's it there. It kind of looks like a sliding door. So let's do that, hey? Let's just make it a little bit bigger because it was. There. So yeah, that actually looks like a sliding door. So let's just leave it at that, hey? Okay, so that's all the windows done. Actually, no, sorry. There was other windows. They were a fixed window on the front, this side here. There's like 4 of them. So drag her over again. And we want the height of them. They were actually like floor to ceiling sort of ones. So just make sure. Yeah, that'll do. Then we want to copy and paste this as well. Along it all. Extend. There we go. A little there. Now, that's so from here, so that looks pretty good. We've got our windows done. We've got our doors done. So that's the house there. I'm going to just reduce that a little bit so we can focus on this bit. Now, the things that we haven't added is actually the outside areas. So the paved areas and the concrete areas of the outside. So the best way to do that is actually create rooms up here. So click on that, and it's the same as you would do with the walls. You would just go into each corner and just highlight your background like that. And then obviously you double click when you're done. Same with the patio area. You chuck that in there and there and there. And double click. And then your carport. Oh, there you go. And there and there. And just remember to do the corners so you don't double click. There we go. So, just make sure we do that. The other cool thing you can do is you can actually change the colors of the room. So I want to make sure that we have the robes a different color and the bathrooms a different color. So if you go into create room again, I know I just got out of it, but if you click on create room again and you double click on the room that you want to change the color of, it'll do it automatically. I don't really want to have the same color as the bathrooms to the outside areas, so I might actually change that. So what you do is just right click on that one, you go down to modify room, and you can change everything here. You can change your wall color, you can change your ceiling color and textures as well. You can change it from shiny to matte and all that sort of stuff. So what you want to do, I want to change the color. So I'm not going into a full 3D version of this. All I'm doing is doing plans. So all I want to do is just highlight the different areas. So color, you can change it in here. I've already got one pre-done. So press in there, press OK, press OK again, and it comes in just a little white, just a little bit of grey in it, just a little bit different to the rest of it. So again, I want to do it for all the bathrooms, all the wet areas basically. So double click there, right click, go to modify room, go to color, and click on that. So like other programs as well, your most recent one comes all over here. So if, for instance, if I changed it to one of these colors, then those colors would come over to here. So that one's your most recent color you've used. So click on that and OK, and then we'll double click and make this one the same thing. So modify room, we want to color it a little bit there. And OK. The other thing I said was I wanted to make sure that the robes were a different color. So same thing again, double click on that. I'll actually just leave it that color. It's oh, I didn't put a, oh, let's just edit that. missed the wall. Of course I missed a wall. I always seem to miss walls. There we go. Beautiful. Nice and easy to fix. And go there. Create room. And double click. Sweet! Alright. So that's done. So now we've done all the doors, the windows, we've done all the concrete areas outside and the tiled areas. You can also add text. So you can come up here and you can go to add text here. You just click on where you want the text. You put in, well, that one says alfresco, so let's chuck it as alfresco. I've already got a highlight here somewhere. Now I've noticed that, well, in this scale, 0.25 actually a really good. Actually, no, 0.5 is a really nice size. 1.8 is actually wincy. So let's do that and press OK, and that's just a nice size. So yeah, once you get to, you can go in and do the text on everything here. You can add in toilets and baths and that would be under bathrooms, and you can add kitchens. So let's do an example of a bath. So they've got a bath, it's hard to see now, but there's a bath there. So we wanted, it was a fitted bath. So let's drag that in. Make sure that your black is also your internal. So you want to make sure that the black is always on the non-wall side. So this is actually a little too big for this room, so let's just make it smidge smaller. Let's drag it in there. That's lovely. So you can add that in. There's a shower one, there's a toilet, there's a wash basin, there's a wash basin cabinet, so you can add all that sort of stuff as well. So we want to, okay, so when you get to this point, now I usually add all the text in that I want, and all the toilets and the bathtubs and the showers and all that sort of stuff. You can even put cars in there. I think I found a car somewhere. I think it was under garage. I thought I saw one. Maybe I was mistaken. But I'm sure you can download that underneath the if you add to furniture. Like I said before, you could add like little cars. Okay, when you get to this point, you can actually get rid of your background now and use this as your actual plan. So if you want to go to that, you go to plans, and then you go to delete background or hide background. It doesn't really matter. So, and then your actual highlighted plan that you drew up stays there for you. So yeah, that was pretty much what I do to set up all these house plans. Once this is all up and running, I'm going to do a house plan, its original plan, and I'm going to add them to the descriptions, so you can access them as well and have some fun with them as I'm going. So this one's my first plan, so if you want to find that will be under my first episode, and I'll make sure that's in the description. I'll also put in there another option to just print them out. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but I will, and I'll make sure that you guys have options so you don't have to use this program if you don't want to. So yeah, if you have any plans that you'd love to share, that would be amazing. You go on to, if you want to send me an email, onto Shoversfunwithplans @gmail.com. Love to see them. If I find a plan that looks a little bit cool and quirky and I have ideas to change it, let me know if you want me to show it into a video, or if it's alright with me to show it in a video. saves a lot of time for me searching them as well. So yeah, hope you guys have as much fun with this as I have, and I will see you next time.